Hey folks, this is Matt once again, and welcome back to another review. And if you're watching, I just reviewed Martial Law for Perry Fan 49, and this time I'm reviewing the sequel. Again, he had sent me these two films. Thank you so much for that. Two cops alone against the city's biggest crime ring. Some would call it impossible. They call it martial law, or Martial Law 2: Undercover. Now, this is directed by Kurt Anderson. And I can safely say this is much better than the first one, because it stars Jeff Wincott and Cynthia Rothrock, not Chad McQueen and Cynthia Rothrock. Cynthia Rothrock, I believe this is actually the hair she has. I don't think she had this hair in the first film. Jeff Wincott, this is really the first film that he was the lead. Now, Jeff Wincott is a guy that throughout the past 2 or so years I've sort of becoming more knowledgeable on, thanks to you guys out there, because I reviewed a couple of his films. I reviewed, let's see, what was it? I reviewed Mission of Justice, which, again, all these reviews are still on the channel if you want to watch them. Mission of Justice, which I really enjoy. Martial Outlaw, which I really liked. Last Man Standing, I really enjoyed that one. Open Fire, I didn't really care for that one. But I believe those are the reviews, those are the movies I've seen of his. Martial Law 2 here. Mission of Justice, which I really enjoyed. Martial Outlaw, which I liked. Open Fire, which I didn't care for. And Last Man Standing. And all those reviews are still up. I'd probably put Last Man Standing and Mission of Justice as my favorite. My two favorites. Then I would put Martial Outlaw. And then I'd probably put this one down. And then, well, Open Fire I didn't like, so. But this was pretty much his first lead role. I mean, he had done TV, like he was on a TV show called Nightlife, I believe. Night Heat, sorry. Night Heat, not Nightlife. Night Heat, which I think was a Canadian show. 1984 and 1989, I could be wrong. But Night Heat, which that was a show I saw clips on YouTube, but show I had never heard of, but apparently was on for a couple years. He actually had a role in Prom Night, the original Prom Night, as a jock named Drew. He had done some small roles. He was in The Boy in Blue, which is a Nicolas Cage film. And really, this is the first film that he actually got to star as the main guy, as well as show off his martial arts. And weirdly enough, I didn't realize Jeff Wincott's brother is Michael Wincott. That's the same guy who was in Alien Resurrection. He was in the bad guy Metro. He was bad guy, well, one of them in Along Came a Spider. Like, Michael Wincott, really good actor. I'm like, wow, those are really brothers? Like, just because it has the same last name doesn't mean they're brothers, but looking it up, apparently they are brothers. I'm like, wow, that's really cool. Jeff Wincott and Michael Wincott are brothers. And I know Jeff Wincott had sort of a very small role in Unstoppable with Denzel Washington. But he had a tiny role in The Invasion, and he's not really doing too much, which is too bad. Either short films or like little stuff. Rope, yeah, that's just a short film, which is too bad. I know he's in these TV movies that were fucking horrible. The TV movie versions of Universal Soldier 2 and 3, they were god awful. I guess he was done TV work. He's been on episodes of Blue Bloods, Sons of Anarchy. But it's too bad he's not doing too much. But maybe that's his choice. Because going to like him. And I know I haven't seen all his films. Like, I haven't seen No Exit. I haven't seen Deadly Bet. I haven't seen, was it The Killing Machine, The Donor, Street Law. I haven't seen those movies. Maybe one day, but maybe one day down the road. But I have a lot of other movies to get to anyway. Maybe I'll do like a Jeff Wincott marathon to see the rest of the films I haven't seen yet. But this is really, again, this is pretty much his first lead role, and he did a much better job than Chad McQueen. Like, Jeff Wincott, he was a better actor, and he was definitely a better martial artist. I mean, even the opening where you have these bikers dealing with guns, and Jeff Wincott, he's undercover as a drunk, as a bum, and how's it going? I thought Jeff Wincott actually did a good job, and he's able to kick ass. And then Cynthia Rothrock, it's a undercover operation. Cynthia Rothrock kicked some ass as well. He did some decent fighting, and now Jeff Wincott's been brought into the undercover unit. The captain is actually played by Billie Drago. Billie Drago's been in a lot of films, from Delta Force 2 to I think he was in The Hero and the Terror. Like Billie Drago, you look him up. This guy's been in a lot of films. Billie Drago. And while there, he meets up with this buddy of his, but unfortunately, sooner not later, his buddy gets killed. His buddy gets murdered, and the baddies make it look like a drunk driving. But Jeff Wincott realizes something's not up because his buddy told him he stopped drinking, and wait a minute, something's not right. And pretty much him investigating, even though Billie Drago, who is kind of working with the bad guys, of course, usually Billie Drago is a bad guy. They don't want him to, but Jim Wincott's like, fuck you, I know martial arts, I'm gonna kick your ass if you get out of my way. And I thought this film had a better pacing. I thought it helped that he had a better lead, Jeff Wincott, better lead than Chad McQueen. Cynthia Rothrock had a little bit more to do with the plot, because it comes to a point where he was going to go undercover in this bar, but they know he's a cop. So he gets her, and she goes and gets a job at this bar that the bad guys operate around. And she's undercover. So she has a little bit more to do with the plot. Get a lot of pretty decent fight scenes. Some assholes try to rob Cynthia Rothrock, and she kissed the shit out of him. Jeff Wincott beats the shit out of this guy at a club. But again, he gets found out to be a cop, and then Cynthia goes undercover. One of the baddies, I know he was in a film I like called T-Force. I think I reviewed that film, T-Force. I actually liked that film. It was a PM Entertainment direct-to-video film. I actually had fun with that movie, T-Force. For a low-budget film, I had a lot of fun with it, actually. And he was like the bad guy in that film. He's one of the bad guys in this film. And they show a little bit of his martial arts where he fights these two guys. But a little bit of this plot I don't understand, where the guy wins, like he fights these two guys out. It's like this bet: if my man can take your two guys, you owe me $10 million. But if I lose, I'll give you my club. Now, it's a couple minutes long, and the guy beats the two guys, and it's one of the assholes that breaks his bottle and tries to kill him, and even though he beats him up and kills him because the guy tried to kill him with a bottle. So he won, but then for some reason they have to pay the $10 million to this other guy. I'm like, I thought the bet was if you guys beat these two guys, you win. You gotta beat the two guys, but somehow you lost. But you don't have to give your club, you gotta give them $10 million? I'm like, I missed something here. I know I understand English, at least a little bit, so what the hell did I miss? I missed something. Something went over my bald head. And you get a little bit of Cynthia Rothrock getting to know this girl at the bar and helps her out, and the creep comes back, kicks their ass. She does that, what is that move? Someone, like, she gets under, and then her leg, like, flips back up and taps the guy on the head. Is that like a scorpion tail kick, or what's that official name? I don't know. If like kind of like if a scorpion tail hit you. That's what I'm thinking. Maybe it's called like a scorpion kick or scorpion tail kick, or I don't know what it's called. I have to think it's something to do with a scorpion. But I think that I watched a tribute someone did on Cynthia Rothrock, and that's like one of her moves that she does in a lot of her movies, I guess. And it's a really cool move. So I thought that was cool to see. You know, kicks their ass. And, of course, the bad guys don't want Jeff Wincott snooping around, so they try to set him up. Then you get to one of my favorite parts of the movie, one of my favorite action scenes of the movie, where Jeff Wincott comes in and a bunch of bikers try to fuck him up, but he fucks them up badly. He gets these rapid punches, takes a poo-too stick, and hits one, gives one a backbreaker, gets another, slams him into the fucking ceiling, gets like a ball, pool cue ball, and hits someone in the head. I really liked this scene. I thought it was a fun action scene. Then the bad guys frame Billie Drago because he's kind of with the bad guys, but he doesn't want to be a part of it. But they kill the woman that Cynthia Rothrock was becoming friends with and frame him. Like they knock him out and put the dead body next to him and take pictures. It says, okay, you gotta work with us on this deal that's coming up because we want this money. And because again, I'm like, well, why do you need the $10 million if your buddy won? I'm missing something. Then the bad guys try to find him in his little dojo that he trains cops at. And I love this. I love when he does this stuff with this Eskrima sticks. Is that what it's called? He did this also in the, I think, Mission of Justice, which I thought was really cool. I love it. He takes these sticks, goes, just fucking people up with these Eskrima sticks. Okay, maybe I fucked up on the way he said it, but he kicks some ass, sir. I like that. Pretty much this deal goes down, these bad guys and bad cops. And pretty much they got Cynthia Rothrock because they find a little bit of who she is. They think they got Jeff Wincott, but Jeff Wincott fucks them up, gets one guy with a shotgun, and comes in and says, hey, you guys are done now. Drop your guns or I kill this guy. And the guy's like, okay, go ahead, do it. And this I didn't see coming. I thought this was actually pretty badass. All hell breaks loose, and with the shotgun, he shoots the fucking guy in the head. You see, like, brains, like, guts. Maybe not guts, is his head, but, like, big blood. I'm like, ooh, shit. Like, I didn't expect that. Like, wow, it got really bloody all of a sudden. Then beats the guy up, and the shotgun puts right behind him and fires and shoots, boom, right, through the guy's stomach. Like, wow. That's two like little bloody scenes I didn't see coming. And I like that. I like that. Wow. Shoots a guy, fucking blew his head off, and shoots another guy right, like the guy's behind him and puts the shotgun, right, shoots the guy behind him with the shotgun. I'm like, okay, this is cool. Nice. And then pretty much Cynthia Rothrock fights some bad guys. Pretty decent fights. Jeff Wincott fights some bad guys. He fights the guy from T-Force, the guy who we saw fight these two guys. And it's a little bit of an anticlimactic of a fight because the fight goes by really quickly. Because it's like, well, you set up that this guy could take on these two bad guys. And before that, he was the guy that Jeff Wincott was fighting at this club, but they didn't finish their fight. But this fight like goes on for a minute. And when I say a minute, it also cuts back to Cynthia Rothrock and her fight, and then cuts back to Jeff Wincott. And really, like, he hangs the guy and hangs him up by these chains. And I thought, okay, well, the guys don't come back, kind of like Die Hard. No, that wasn't the case. I'm like, wow, that was a little bit of an anticlimactic. That's one nitpick I gotta say. That fight should have gone a little bit longer. Should have a little bit more to that fight, because you kind of built this guy to be like the big henchman fighter, and he kind of got defeated pretty quickly, so I thought that was a bit anticlimactic. But then he fights the other bad guy, which I don't think this bad guy knew martial arts, but he put up more of a fight than the martial art guy who just got hung. But it was, again, still a pretty decent fight, and he's able to impale the guy at the end. Flips him, the guy gets impaled. And again, pretty decent fight. Jeff Wincott really beats the shit out of him, which is fun to watch. And then you get a little bit of a weird ending, because Jeff Wincott gets to Cynthia Rothrock and goes, oh, the captain's involved too, and that's Billie Drago. So they go up to Billie Drago's place, now that they've killed all the bad guys. They knock on his door, and Billie Drago's behind it, sitting somewhere, puts the gun in his mouth, pulls the trigger, pow, goes to black, end credits. And I went, that's kind of a weird way to end it. Like, okay, I guess you're not, because usually you have the scene where, Cynthia the good guys, they talk a little bit, or they put an arm around each other, they hug, and they walk off into the distance. Maybe the camera pans up to, high above, and you have a crane shot. No, it's just they knock on the door, Billy Drago shoots himself, and then the end. And I'm like, it just seemed like a very weird way to end your martial arts movie. So that ending is a little weird. Can't say I really cared for it. I will say the fight with the guy, I don't remember his name, but I know he was in the film T-Force. A little bit anticlimactic. But overall, it's a much better movie than Martial Law. It's a good first movie for Jeff Wincott to show his martial arts. I do feel that Mission of Justice, uh, Last Man Standing, I thought they went at a better pace, and I liked the fight scenes a little bit more in those films. And plus, some of them had stuff like car chases, or you got explosions and stuff like that. Here it's just fighting, and it's good fighting, but I just think he does get better in stuff like Mission of Justice, Last Man Standing, Martial Outlaw. But for a first film for him to be the lead, this was a good one. Jeff Wincott was good. Cynthia Rothrock was good. The villain, I like David Carradine in the first film more than whoever the hell this guy. I think this guy, he was in like Beverly Hills 90210 or something like that. But like not one of the guys you know. I could be wrong though. Is it Paul Johansson or L. Charles Taylor? I don't remember what the fuck his name is. I don't care. But other than those nitpicks, I thought it went still at a decent pace. Some pretty good fight scenes. Especially I like the fight scene he had with the bikers at their sort of, I don't know if it was like a bar or whatever. And sort of in the middle of the film. And then I really enjoyed the little fight he has with the scrimmage sticks and his little dojo. Again, fun movie, entertaining. Decent film. If you're a fan of martial arts films, it's worth a watch. It's definitely better than the first film because you have a better lead. I thought the pacing definitely went better than the one in the first film. And overall, I liked it. It was nice to see Cynthia Rothrock again, because I only had seen No Retreat, No Surrender 2, and then Martial Law. Now I saw Martial Law 2. So yeah, one day down the road, I like to check out other stuff, like China O'Brien and all the other stuff. But yeah, Martial Law 2 Undercover, entertaining movie, fun low-budget direct-to-video film. If you like martial arts, it's worth your time. If you like martial arts, like Jeff Wincott, Cynthia Rothrock, or hey, you just like martial arts movies, it's worth a look. I like the film. By the way, thanks for watching. Take care, and we will see you later. Bye-bye.